folks, Dave here, and welcome back to Fallout 4, where today we're going to be back to work building here in workshop mode at Thicket Excavations prison. But before we dive into that, let me catch you guys up on a few things you might have missed out on. First of all, there was a complete settlement tour at Zimonja Outpost that went up just last week, so if you missed out on that, make sure you go over and check out the completed build, which has both Brotherhood and Institute elements. I know that a bunch of people have been having issues with YouTube not pushing videos through the subscription feed, so if you missed out on that full settlement tour with both me and Joel, make sure you guys go over and check that out. Secondly, a bunch of you guys were asking for some kind of fan art based off of an incident with an oxygen tank and General Dave during that settlement tour. Well, Joshua, who's done a bunch of awesome artwork for me, painted a great illustration of General Dave showing that oxygen tank, who's boss, and as requested, I've put it up on the RangerDave Spreadshirt shop as a purchasable shirt. So if you guys wanted that, you can pick one up over there in the store. And if you guys hadn't seen the store before, I've got tons of both RangerDave and General Dave merch over there to check out. And there's generally either a free shipping or discount code available at any given time, so make sure you guys watch the top of the shop for the latest discount codes and make sure you get the best deal. You guys can find that shirt and all of the merch over at shop.spreadshirt.com/RangerDave, or just hit the link in the description and go check it out. Alright guys, we're up here at the very top of the quarry, where I'm going to work on a part of the build that every prison needs, and that's going to be the Warden's office. Although, seeing this is the apocalypse, it's going to be more of the Warden's house as well. I was looking at this shack up here on the very top of the quarry. I just really felt like this was the perfect location for the Warden to have his manor. Now I call it a manor, but it's not going to be too fancy. After all, again, this is the apocalypse, but I've placed a couple of pieces here that I want to use to refurbish this shack and expand it. We're going to use elements of the, I think it's the downtown Boston metal buildings, as well as these industrial pieces right there. I gotta watch this edge right here, I'm gonna fall. The idea being that this wooden shack that was built by the Raiders would have been taken over by the Minutemen and then expanded on with those metal style pieces to create the Warden's manor. Let's go ahead and dive into workshop mode and get cracking. The first thing I want to do is expand the floors here. I'm going to use mainly wooden floors because that would be a very easy element for us to repurpose here at the quarry. Lots of wrecked buildings and raw materials nearby. Now, thanks to the Place Everywhere mod, I can delete a few of these shack walls, so just go ahead and scrap that. I do want to make use of this balcony here, but can we move this rooftop? Okay, the light's going to remain, so we'll leave this part of the shack as what the Minutemen kept, but we're going to redo the rest of the shack and then expand on it from here. So we'll get some floor pieces. Let's actually line these up a bit better. Can I delete? Yes, I can. That scrappy bit as well. Expand the floor like that. And I think we'll put, yeah, one more section over here. It'll give us a good spot to connect. As you guys can see, I've already got one of the girders set up here. How many rooms is that? That's a good sized manor right there. We can work with that. And I like the idea of those side balconies. So let's do one like that we'll use for a balcony. As far as up here, I just don't have the memory footprint to surround this entire settlement with walls. The size of the quarry itself is going to have to be the primary element of its security. So what we'll do is, instead of trying to put walls all the way around, we're going to probably use a lot of turrets instead for security. Turrets and, of course, security guards. Now I'm seeing that this actually has its own flooring there. So I'll remove the wooden floor. These metal containers would definitely be a great reused element. Just kind of playing things by ear here, guys, and seeing what I can come up with. I haven't used these industrial pieces a whole lot. They should have tons of stuff like this for us to work with. Yeah, I got window hoods and the like. And then one more piece to hang over the edge like this. But sealed up for security. You can hopefully get over here. I'm going for it, guys. Ooh! I did not manage to jump in time. That was almost a horrible death for General Dave. Okay. We can extend the supports down this way, and I'm actually going to store that one, and we're going to use the full-size supports like so. Got to manually place that last one, but that looks okay. And we'll come back through here and put a support beam of some kind. Just go into free cam for a second and take a look at how that's looking. Yeah, so if we add in some additional metal pieces to fill in this structure, it's going to be a really cool looking Franken shack with bits of metal, wood, and tarp. How do I get back up there is the next question. Those bridges cost a good chunk of steel, but it's about my only option here. Just a slight drop there, guys, into the depths of the prison. Okay. These metal windows right here. If I can find some more of those, that might be a solid companion to the industrial pieces to help fill things in. I'm not sure if this is going to work. You guys are seeing me kind of toy with these ideas in real time here. Again, this structure is supposed to be kind of a Franken structure that's been assembled from a bunch of different pieces. Yeah, that's just too much, I think. Where's that thing? I wonder if that's got some side pieces we can use to raise the roof up. Yep, sure enough. So I'm going to go ahead and put this rooftop in because it looks really neat. That's a unique piece. We'll scoot it a bit down this way. There we go, on the snap. And sure enough, there's those side pieces I was looking for. I'll just lower that one down like that. This one can be a bit more open. Yeah, that's a really cool rooftop. I do feel like maybe it shouldn't have quite so many holes in it. Let's do the one that's not totally destroyed. Like that. I was like, what is this piece? I'd already forgotten that I'd come up from down below. I do like the railings here. So I might even put an extra set of stairs over the main stairs. So it's like they've come through and replaced the crappy stairs. I'm looking here and those railings are definitely just floating there. That might not work either, guys. They could definitely use some kind of railing like that just because it's a straight drop off. We'll put some support pillars underneath these railings right here. I do like that upgraded staircase. And we'll put a scrappier railing down this part. But for this section right here, someone's gone through and decked out a very fancy railing for our prison warden. Let me go back to the wooden section for a second because we've got some floating railings here. Could probably use some extra floor bits. Like this one right here. Turn off snapping briefly. We'll give him a front deck here, essentially. And that takes care of the floating rail problem as well. I do like how rickety the stairs are to even get up here. You got one fancy staircase followed by dangerous shenanigans as far as stairs. You know, guys, after thinking it over, I believe that once again our solution to our wall question is going to come from stained structures. And I'll show you guys how this is going to work. I love this mod so much. Get the angle just right. There we are. So what this mod allows us to do, if you guys haven't seen it before, it is awesome. Lower that a bit more too. This facade right here, I think, is perfect for what we're trying to do. It's this like metal, very much like the industrial metal here, the blue, with a white picket fence kind of detailing on it. I think it's the exact kind of thing that the warden here would have the prisoners make for him to attach to his manor up here on the mountain. I am seeing that there's some weird clipping going on here with the industrial pieces. We gotta move our frame out a little bit, I think. We can make it work. That's pretty cool. And from the inside, you can just leave the bare studs, which I think is a cool look. Window frame here. Look at that. Even it fits without clipping into the rooftop sections. Is that the only window? We'll give him an actual glass pane, but reinforced with bars. We'll do both. This gap right here is going to require going back to the wood section. Now, this base piece was placed by Bethesda in the creation kit, so I can't snap to it. Look how that fits. Like a glove. Nice. And I might partially board up one of the windows here, just so he's not losing all of his air. That looks good. And of course, it would not be a manor without some kind of pillars. So I think we're going to add some decorative pillars to at least one section of this. Ignoring the floating walkways that I'm going to have to get rid of at some point, you guys can see how it's kind of coming together as a Franken structure, as I described it. Some industrial bits, some wooden bits, and now we've got some stained structures, decorative walls. A little bit of everything that could have been looted in the area and put together by forced labor from the prison. Of course, you don't leave the prison. You manufacture the prefabs, send them up. I guess the Minutemen guards would do the heavy lifting, if you will. I'm wondering now, how are we going to get electricity up here? We've got a generator right there in our defensive bunker. Yeah, we can just go up the cliff face here. The guard posts are going to need power as well, so I might as well think ahead And we're going to use these heavy-duty post-war power connectors. I like using the telephone poles because those are something that could be pretty easily repurposed for settlements, but for security purposes and for stability, I do think that they would probably use these heavier duty towers up here. This is a huge prison, guys. We gotta go up higher. I guess we'll find out how far the build area goes. So yeah, the Warden's office up here would definitely need a guard tower facing behind it. And I imagine he's going to have some kind of, I don't know, security door where he can seal this thing up pretty tight in case of an attack. The garrison for the guards is right over here, where that shack is. I imagine that they would be able to get up here quite quickly. And then you have reinforcements from both Sanctuary, which is nearby, Red Rocket, and Starlight Drive-In as well. So help would not be too far away. Those are all relatively close settlements. Once the sounds of battle reach them, those flares start going up. Ooh, this jump right here. A little risky. We'll just clip this one through, and there we have it, guys. Don't think we're going to want to rely on that power system for the turrets, though, because a good rocket attack from the outside would probably hurt it quite a bit. Actually, you know what would be really cool? Let's not use the big drooping conduits. Let's use these for his cable routing in here. That would look really cool, I think. Let's see. Turn surface snapping on. Nope, doesn't do anything. This will just give it a much cleaner look, I think, than having all those cables drooping in the Warden's area. With the power radiator on the end. I'll bring the piping a little over this way. And one more radiator over here. Actually, we should probably continue it into the great room, as I'm going to call it over here, too. That works. That way it's just kind of channeled right through there. Let's light this thing up so you guys can see through all of the shadows here. Now, I might do one fancy light, the lights that cast shadows, for maybe the container bit back here. But I'm trying to go easy on those wherever I can. Let's see. That looks pretty cool. That one might not actually cast a shadow, it might just be a self-shadow from the light. And let's see if I can make this look good. Some kind of fan hanging from the ceiling. That looks pretty neat. I want to create some kind of brace piece that I could have this thing hanging off of. Even if it's just the junction like that, I think we can make that look good. Okay, so that'll be a low fan. That's okay. I think it looks neat. Gives plenty of light. I'm actually regretting this shack floor, though. That's too junky for the great room. I wonder how many of you guys were gonna leave a comment complaining about that. Just not looking good there with the floor. What if we take this concrete floor and we add rugs and whatnot on top of it? That would be a very solid floor as far as foundation strength goes, but I think it would look neat with some rugs on top. Let's just go ahead and try one of those out real quick. Oh yeah, my debris mod. I forgot about this thing. Yes. Oh man. That does fill up the floor coverings though, that's for sure. This mod needs its own category very badly. In fact, I'm going to make a note, guys. I feel like last month when I first downloaded this mod, I edited it in the creation kit to give this mod its own category because it completely filled up a bunch of my other ones. I'm going to make a note for myself here and see if I have a copy of the mod on Dropbox that I was working on that I haven't installed yet. I feel like, yeah, that's going to be a pain to work with. Here we go, guys. We got a gigantic rug. That might be best in here, though, in the first room. And for the great room, as we're calling it now, a fancier rug for the Warden. I think we need one more light out here. We'll do a basic light of some kind. Yeah, I don't think the wall light looks very good. But a high-tech light could be just the effect we're looking for. Taken from downtown Boston, along with some of these metal bits for the rooftop, maybe. Yeah, I don't get to use those very often, but after all, this is supposed to be a very fancy, quote-unquote, apocalyptic Warden's Manor, and I'm not sure why that rug is floating quite so much. Let's see, mod angle, let's say X2? Nope. -2. Awesome. Yeah, you can do a lot with place everywhere, but sometimes a good console command is just a slight tweak you need to get things looking good. Out here on the patio, we can definitely set up some kind of patio furniture for him. Let's get rid of some of that scrappy stuff, though. He would definitely have cleaned up the trash that's up here. You know, it's really hard to gauge the distance, guys. I've been working on this build for so long, but you look down there, and it's crazy to think that, you know, all of these shacks down into the prison are, a lot of them, fully detailed now. This is a city we've created here, a prison city. This is awesome. I'm really enjoying how this build is coming together. Let's take a look from the sky here, guys. That is a very, very blue manor. I think one of those watchtowers is going to have to go maybe right here. And then one more, we'll say up here. Just trying to think about the defenses while we're out in free cam taking a look. And perhaps one more room division as well would make a lot of sense. Make this very back space the bedroom. A metal door frame might look good. Shack walls, metal. There was a door frame in here that would look... yeah, doorway. Look pretty good if it was clipped correctly. So this could be the bedroom back here. And I think the decorations for this manor are going to be very spaced out. He's got a lot of room here. It's going to be a pretty premium house to live in. While I'm thinking about it, let me add a couple of supports underneath for the stairway railings. There we go. This one's pretty basic. See if I can scoot out just this far without falling. Cool. That kind of grounds the staircase a bit in reality. Let's store these industrial bridges and add a balcony using them. Remembering, hopefully, that I no longer have anything to step out onto. Don't want to fall to my doom right here at the end. I think we're making good progress here. Oh, this piece right here, guys. This is nearly perfect. Look at that. It's even turned the right direction. I think it probably could use one kind of support beam underneath. But that's such a unique looking structure right there. We'll put a couple of angled beams up like this, in a way that you can really notice them. This will break up some of the boxiness too, give it a slightly ricketier look. It's a piece of a mast, I think. What's a good connection piece? A second mast piece ought to do it. How does that look from above? Oh, that's cool. Adds that non-squared off section. Makes it look a little bit junkier, but still pretty sturdy. Okay, guys, I think it's time to climb back up and get some decorating done. Watch the edge. You know what? First, we're going to quick save. We're going to quick save right now. You know, guys, while we're up here at the top, let me go ahead and put a couple of defensive posts in. Now, up here, now that I think about it, we don't really need a tower, do we? I mean, we're already so high up. It's a good defensive structure we could use instead. Thinking something like this might be really cool. Oh yeah. Even attacking this from above would be pretty risky. Put some pikes like that, and then later on I'm going to come down here and we'll put a staircase in that goes right to the guard shack. So this would be a pretty difficult spot to attack. I wonder though, should I put a full tower over on this side? And my cloth is getting low again. Good grief. Let me up. Yeah, a full tower might be appropriate here. Mainly to look out, I think, rather than in. So we'll do this. We'll put a guard tower that faces out of the settlement. And I will build a stairway to get up here. Could connect right down here, I think. So yeah, before I start decorating, let's do just a bit of that structural work. Get that set up here for the guard tower. Give me a platform to work on here. Just tuck it a bit closer. Can I get up right here? Come on. Come on. There we go. Then we can just do a small stair down. Almost. I'm going to adjust the height of everything to get it to match up well, including the guard tower. There we go. So you got to kind of step to the edge here. And then climb up to the guard tower. Oh yeah, that's a great sightline across the Commonwealth right there. It's a good spot for the guard tower. Any attackers would have to hit that first. You can see too much. Let's do a staircase with the landing here. Won't be a whole lot of railings through here, guys. This is just going to be a rickety, rickety walkway. Something like that. Can do a curved piece. Definitely nice and rickety. All it needs now is a good-looking support pillar under this right here. Here we go. Just a big old wooden pillar. I'll probably just tilt that one like that. Okay. Is that sufficiently rickety looking? I would say so, guys. That'll give us our highest guard tower for the settlement and some additional protection for the manor up here. Okay. Time for some decoration, and we're going to call it a day. Because my voice is going out, it sounds like. Oh man. But first a quick save. To start things off, I'm going to look at the beds from Creative Clutter. Because I feel like whoever's in charge of this prison, the Warden, would be pretty high up in the Minutemen ranks. So they're going to have a nice bed. It's right there in the name, guys. Vault-Tec, nice bed. Although I kind of like this wrought iron bed even better. This has a prison feel to it. Alright, you guys vote. The Vault-Tec style or the wrought iron bed? It just looks kind of nifty. And where's that lounge chair? That is most definitely going out here on the deck. This guy better hope that he has lots of turrets watching his back, because a sniper affiliated with one of the people in the prison would love to take him out. But with a view like that, how can you not? Fancy chase. Do we have room for a lawn chair out here? I don't think so. This is great patio furniture, though. So I'm going to put a chair down and find the umbrella a little bit later. 2 chairs. Barrel chair. So he needs a bathroom. Ah, post-war patio table right here. I'll put the other deck chair on this side, so it's not too crowded over in this corner. Oh, that's clipping right into the wall. We'll scoot it like this. I gotta remember, guys, I've gotta find some pillars to put on the front of this building as well. Give it that manor look. Post-war writer's desk. For all of his important administrative work. All that's just the clean stuff. Got some shelves in here. He would definitely have a bookshelf of some kind. I might put that over here instead of the lounger. Something like that. Chemistry shelf. Food shelf. Now, for food, I'd imagine it would be something like this room right here would be the kitchenette. Doubt the warden's eating the slop that's fed down below. Holotape rack. Knick-knack shelf. That is a lot of detail in those. Might go easy on the crazy detailed stuff. Comics bin. Let's go through and put a few of the accessories in for the kitchen first. He's got his bare metal fridge. And we'll want some counter space as well. What's our smallest section of counter? It's actually kind of big. Okay. What if we put the stove like this then? Can't imagine how much labor went into putting this together for this guy. He would be very, very high on the Minuteman importance list. That's for sure. Guess the kitchen's gonna need its own light as well. This almost feels like a small bit of a vault. Is that too bright? That's too new looking too. Let's use the smaller light. There we are. Built right into the rooftop. Oops, I moved the capsule piece. Put that back. I noticed the fan wasn't lighting up the back corner here, so I wanted to fix that. Much better. This will be his, his bathroom nook. More lounge space is going to be out here. Let's do that bathroom bit next. Let's do a very compact toilet. That one's too clean. There we go, kind of grimy stainless style, like the sink. We've got this whole big shower unit. It's going to take up a ton of space, though. We'll have to put the sink elsewhere, but keeping with the capsule theme, the kind of self-contained style idea, a shower part of it here could work. Here, maybe. Oh, there's no way you could get to that toilet. No way. Ah, man. This is a tough one. Here we go. We'll put the sink right out here. Kind of built into the wall a bit. And because I know that someone's going to call me out on it, I'm going to drop over to resources and water. And we're going to put a little bit of water piping in there too. Somehow. Adds that bit of detail. And then for covering up the window, heart curtains. I like it. We'll use heart curtains for the bathroom capsule. And then just the pre-war style curtain to cover up the window. I'll move the shower station out a little bit to make some room for the curtain behind the tile wall of the shower. There we go. Now we have the built-in toilet and shower and the option to close the curtains for all of them. Got a hanging wreath out here. Doesn't quite feel Warden-y enough though. Alright guys, home stretch here. Again, if you guys know how this works, I don't like detailing everything in the Let's Build videos. I like to save some surprises for the final build. But I don't want to leave things quite this bare still, so we're going to do a Vault Tech dresser right there. We'll give him a couple of paintings in here. Got, of course, your General Dave hero painting. Needs some serious resizing. More artwork from Joshua. Fantastic. He'd have some pretty patriotic stuff in here, sure, but not all patriotic. Put a nice farm scene. What? How did that snap? Oh, the fan hit it. That's interesting. Put a nice landscape farm scene on this wall. That looks very nice right there. Nothing for the kitchen. For the bedroom, though. We'll stick to a landscape theme, I think. And we'll do this landscape for that side. And finally, perhaps a reminder, as far as paintings go, of the reality of post-war landscape. Destroyed DC. This is pretty nifty. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna only place a few more things here. And you guys can go ahead and start keeping count of how much I'm gonna be saying that before I actually stop. And I'll put that nicer chair right over here in this corner. Going back to creative clutter, rooms, say living room. What kind of decorations do we have? We've got our fancy doily. Put that on this table. Do we have any good just tabletop decorations by themselves? There we go. We'll put our smoking stuff on this table. Over here, some nice decoration for this table. This is how you know that you're living in opulence. It's the apocalypse and you're decorating your tables, your multiple tables in your sealed manor here. And then dropping over to SKE for OC decorator. We'll do just a single vase, I think, in the center of this table. Or a decanter. Like that. That's pretty classy, right? Yeah, again, we're not going to have this be too crowded. We're going to leave some open spaces. Let's seal up these windows, put those pillars out front, and call it a day, guys. First up, let's get a porch light out front on the deck. We'll use the fancy wall light for that. As you do. And for the inside, we're going to want to seal up this window right here, which will divide the great room with the kitchen area. So we're going to want to go to structures, snap and build, and industrial, and then additions. There we go. Whew. Just a single window glass for this one. There we go. And I was also thinking, guys, we want this back window facing the outside of the settlement to be extra secure. It's the double window glass, but I'm also going to have this embedded with some metal. To make that effect, I'm going to go to structures, concrete, walls, and turn surface snap off. And we're going to try and clip this right in there. Actually, that concrete border is too much. It clips through the walls. So instead, let's go to homemaker, structures, and fences. Security fencing, and we're going to use some security fencing to create the illusion that this window is extra secure. So it snapped, which I want to make use of. Let's shrink it down some too. Okay. Put the window back. And now we have a reinforced glass window. Here we go, guys. This is actually the home stretch now. While we're here, let's go past the floor coverings and decorations and go past all of this cool looking debris that I can't wait to use. But not here, because this is not a rubble filled shack. We need 2 more rugs, I think, then our doors and our pillars, and we are done. You guys started counting yet? How many times I've said that we're almost done for this episode? It never ends. There's always more to build. Let's go with a very modern rug for back here. For the office area, we're going to go for a modern rug as well. Just cover up some of these bare metal floors. This is, in theory, someone's house, after all. I'm going to leave the kitchen bare metal, though. We might put... Where's those cool-looking rugs? Back here somewhere. Aha. Do a couple of those, perhaps. It's like the moisture wicking rugs. Could probably use one of those for the bathroom too. And now we put those doors on. That's a fancy door, but if we want the warden to be able to lock himself in here, is that secure enough? This one looks a bit more secure. You guys tell me what you think for his deck door. And then for the front door, we're going to go with something very, very heavy duty, but that still looks nice. Let's go for a thick white door, like that. And finally, that just brings us to the pillars outside. If we look over, aha, here we go, under Snap and Build, Real Estate, Post and Columns. Should have some options under here. There we go. This is kind of what I was thinking, guys. A reused and kind of damaged looking pillar. but just to make the front door look extra nice for the Warden. Repurposed is repurposed, but in the apocalypse, any pillar on your shack is going to be a pretty fancy bit of unnecessary construction, right? We're going to do 2 pillars like that. And I know what to add next. Do we have canopies under Snap and Build? No. Gotta go to Snappy Build. Ooh. Wall decorations. Let's see, cloth awnings? Nah, cloth does not quite look good. DLC add-on deck, coast roof. The perfect section to add on right here, guys. And we'll put the caps on it. Where's the stairs? Make sure I'm on the stairs. Like that. Nope. Where did that even go? Dave, what are you doing? How did I manage to get that glitched inside? Oh. There we go. Snap that like that. Fix the roof section. Almost lost that piece. And there we have it, guys. There's our completed patio and entranceway to the manor of the Warden. Let's go into free cam for a second. Well, I won't say it's a pretty building from the outside, but it is definitely unique. See how it looks from down here. Yeah, that'll get your attention right there. With a great overview of the prison. Alright guys, that's going to be it for today for sure. Hope you enjoyed this part of the build. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you all next time.